Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters. Welcome to your October 2025 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. As you can probably hear, I'm a little bit under it at the moment, so these are probably going to be shorter this month. I do apologise, but I wanted to get something out for you, I wanted to get something out for you regardless. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I'll pop these to the side. Your key to the month this month, Aquarius, is the Hanged Man. So this is a month of surrender, right? This is not a month to push. It's not a month to go over the top. It's also not really a month for you to consider, like, whatever, basically the way that everything unfolds this month, you have to let it unfold. And at the basis of everything that is happening this month, the question really needs to be, what is the spiritual lesson here that I am being taught? Besides surrender, besides letting go or being able to allow things to pass or to unfold in the way that they're unfolding, what is the message here? What is it that I'm able to kind of glean from the situation or the experience that I'm having? Another message behind all of this as well is that sometimes the best way to get what you want is to literally do nothing and let it come to you. Ask yourself, what am I attracting with the energy that I'm emitting or putting out into the world? What is it that I'm calling into my life via the energetic or spiritual signature that I'm pouring out into the world? For your actions and options, you have the Emperor. So this, especially because you've got this with the Hanged Man, this is basically like Mars, Neptune stuff. And so it suggests that this month, there needs to be a bit of a spiritual warrior about you, maybe even a prayer warrior about you. The Emperor, as your actions and options, is asking you to really think about how you use your energy, what you are focused on, what learning needs to take place in order for you to get to where it is that you need to get, or wherever it is that you're trying to achieve at this moment in time. What is the knowledge or the skill gap between where you are and where you would like to be? Another way that you could see this as well is the Emperor is the authority and your actions and options is what you do. So the question becomes, how are you presenting yourself as the authority or not, as the case may be? Now, when it comes to the options that are available to you, there is a chance here for you to really get ahead this month, but it's not going to be by pushing and forcing and shoving. You know, sometimes the best leadership is quiet. Sometimes the quiet command is the one that's felt the loudest, right? And so this month you're being encouraged to really learn how to operate in or from a space of subtlety rather than sort of all in your face. For your communications and conversations, you have the Page of Cups. So this month, the quality of conversation that you're having this month, is really driving me insane at this moment in time. The quality of conversation that you're having this month is really about where you put your how you really utilize your emotional energy. Are you prone to outbursts, or do you know what I mean? Or do you utilize your artistic and creative energies via control of the emotions? And this is one of the things that you're really being asked to look at this month, Aquarius. How do you marshal your inner resources? And more importantly, how do you communicate how you feel at any given moment? When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this is really you finding out that there's something that you're really passionate about that maybe you have been afraid to express. This might mean that some of you are thinking about going in a very different direction or incorporating skills, knowledge, or wisdom that maybe you wouldn't have before. This underneath the guise of the Hanged Man, there is a what's the word? There's like a really strong energy here that suggests that you are, it's like whatever you're studying or whatever the knowledge that you're gaining is, how you bring that into being through or via your creative or emotional self really counts this month. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, it might be that this month you're really starting to look at how you behave in the workplace, and whether that has been a hindrance or a help to you getting ahead in your career. I think this is a moment where the sort of the glasses come off, the rose tinted glasses come off, and you see yourself in a professional light really, really clearly. And I'm going to be honest, you may be very emotional about what you see. You might not like what you see. The beauty of this is, if you don't like it, you will have the opportunity to move towards starting to change it. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is you seeing your business or your career through clear eyes, but also asking yourself why you doubt yourself, why it is that maybe you believe in others over yourself in some way. It's kind of like the question here, I think, that you're really asking yourself as a business owner is, why do I defer to other people's judgment when I have my own and it's usually been pretty good up until now? This is the uncovering of some kind of insecurity when it comes to your professional sphere this month, and I think the level of honesty that you find there is going to create a lot of emotional personal power. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, if you're retired, you have the time to really explore this. So I do wonder if some of you maybe take this to therapy to ask yourself, why do I second guess myself? Why do I get in my own way, when it comes to certain things? I will also say, when it comes to the educational sphere this month, a lot of you could be delving into or looking into that. For your your love and relations, you have the Knight of Swords. I've always said, like, nobody wants to be in a relationship where they're constantly arguing, right? It's just, nobody wants that. It's not happy, it's not healthy, it's not good for you. And in the end, it just kind of burns you out. However, if there's no fight, there's no passion. And if there's no passion, you don't have a relationship, you have a roommate. Don't get me wrong. Relationships, like everything else, like the cycles of the moon, right? Relationships, sex, sensuality, your horniness, your attraction, your, it's all waxes and wanes. It's not always constantly on. That's just not life. It's also not normal. What I will say, though, that does need to be acknowledged or examined or looked at, is that if you are, if there's no fight there, there's no passion. And if there's no passion, then you don't have a relationship, you have a roommate. I'm sorry to say, but that is the truth. The Knight of Swords with the Hanged Man. And one thing I will say to you is, when an Aquarius person stops fighting with you or stops fighting for the relationship, they're done. They're checked out. And it's not long before they, say to you, look, you can go, or I'm going to leave. Once that point comes, very, very hard to pull them back from it. And this Knight of Swords does suggest that there is an argument that has come up so many times that it's like you're kind of done with it now. It's like, I'm so over this at this point, like I really can't be bothered anymore. And if this is the way that it's going to be, you know what, so be it. I'm cool with this coming to a close. For those of you that are single and looking, you could meet somebody that really rubs you the wrong way this month. I'm going to be honest, with the cards that are present, there's a lot of other stuff going on. So it's not to say that the connection is not good. It's just to say that you're wading through some stuff. Maybe they're wading through some stuff. So, you might find that it's a little bit volatile at the start. What I'm going to say to you, though, is it does feel like this is to show you, like, this person is not a pushover. They will fight for their ideas, their goals, their dreams. They will fight with you. They will fight for you. And that's something that's very attractive to Aquarius people. You know, if you've got no backbone, if you've got no fight, if I know I'm constantly going to be, just don't bother. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want that, and neither do you, quite frankly. It would be boring after 6 months. But this is someone that can hold their own with you, I think, Aquarius. So be careful, because I'm about to give you a run for your money, Henny. For your money and materials, you have the World card. So this is nice. Your community, whatever that means to you, your community, your business, your work is showing up for you. The World card is basically saying everything that you have, everything that you are, is about to bring something full circle when it comes to your finances. The money that you have worked for, the money that you've manifested, the invoice that you send out, all of that stuff, the money that you require in order to make the moves that you're looking for, really starts to show up now. And this is the result of some very hard work. This card also represents Saturn. So it's like whatever you've done, you've put the graft in, and now it starts to show up for you. And also your community, whatever that means to you, starts to show up for you as well. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this tends to be the structure of the body. So like your bones, your skeletons, your joints, etc. You've got the Hanged Man here as well. I'm going to say watch out for water retention this month. All right. If you've got that and it seems to be sort of not going down or not going away, get this looked at ASAP. All right. Don't wait. Don't leave it. Don't say like, oh, you know, I'll get round to it or whatever. Get it sorted ASAP. Finally, when it comes to your home and environment, there's something going on in the local, like in the locality. This is really funny because the last week I had somebody knock on my door about a week ago and say, just to check, do you have any gas? And I was like, yeah, why? And he was like, because your neighbours and basically half the street went down. Nobody had any gas, so obviously they couldn't heat their homes and all the rest of it. Starting to get cold here, blah 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 blah. But it's been like a work site for the last week. It's only just now that they're starting to wrap it up and finish. So this could be something along those lines. It's like something that happens in the something that happens in the local area that you're like, okay, this is happening now. I don't think it'll be such a big problem to you, but it could be there. There you go, the Gate 38 and Fighter. Right, so this basically says whatever challenges unfold this month, you have what you need to overcome them. But the truth of the matter is, do you have the strength to surrender them? All right, this is not a month for you to fight and to push on. It's a month for you to transmute. And the way that you transmute the energy is by sitting back and saying, okay, I'm not in control here. I can't control the outcome. I can control myself. I'm going to marshal and master my own inner resources. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. I offer astrology, tarot, numerology, and energy work sessions. So with that said, take care, and I'll see you soon.